Here I am in my new shirt, just looking perfectly. uh, but I'll disappear again. And I'll just hand over to our main commentator, and that's Marcus Evans.
Oh, Ledge, how are you doing? Listen, I've asked you that question, then I'm going to completely ignore your answer. How's that make you feel? 2026 World Cup 2026, right? When the draw was made, we all sat there and we all thought, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for Thursday, the 18th of June, Switzerland versus Bosnia. I know that is the one that really jumped out here. Well, we're here to bring you only the biggest and bestest. We've got Murat Yakin's Switzerland versus, and I've got this written out phonetically so I don't butcher the name, Sergei Barbarez's Bosnia. I'm really excited about this one because Switzerland, they're obviously top in the group, and they are by far the highest ranked team in the group. Bosnia, by far the lowest ranked team in the group. But everybody finished their first game level. Everybody's on 1 point. And a shock, an upset tonight could just make it that little bit tricky for Switzerland to qualify. And I do love shouting for the underdog. So for that reason, I am a Sergei Barbarez fan tonight. I'm a Bosnia fan. Doom and gloom will await the loser of this game. Surely, excuse me, I choked on something there. I'm going to go back to Ledge. Ledge, have you got a favourite?
My theory is basically, I think Switzerland have got the best chance, but you can never rule out Bosnia. They've got two good players in Pjanic and Edin Dzeko. Although Dzeko is quite an old player, he's got experience, and that's what matters sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of games already. Portugal labouring to a draw after taking such an early lead. Spain only pulling out a draw. Netherlands. I mean, I suppose Japan actually are beyond that minnow status now. I think they're really improving in recent, over the last 10 years, haven't they? They've really improved. But there's been a lot of teams out there that we would expect to be winning their opening game, and they haven't as yet. So who knows what will happen in this next round of fixtures. But while they're pouncing about doing whatever songs they're doing here, we've got Shebek JD. Hello. I don't know if that's a bot or just someone who's very, very interested in what we've got to say. But yeah, England last night. I want to talk a little bit about that before this match starts. We've got another 5 minutes. I know what I think. And I know what conclusion I'm going to draw from our performance and what prediction I'm going to make. But I want to hear your thoughts first. Then I can copy them.
Sorry, about what? Sorry,
about England last night.
About England? Oh, well, yeah. I mean, Croatia, they had a good try, they had a good dig, didn't they? And you just had to hope, as an England fan, that England would start to click, and they did just that, and in the end, they were just too much for Croatia.
They were too much, but I'll tell you what is a warning sign for me, right? The plan was very, 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 very obvious, right? We're gonna get the ball for goal kick. Pickford has it, and we're gonna play it out from the back every single time, and we're not going to be afraid of getting the ball back to Pickford and using him as that extra man, as that extra player at the back. And the number of times I've seen teams do that brilliantly. You look at Real Madrid, Man City did it for years successfully. Barcelona, when they were at the peak, it can work fantastically. But I've seen teams try and implement it at short notice. And I'm looking at teams like Millwall, Middlesbrough, Blackburn did it for a while. My team's in the Championship, so I've seen this used a lot. And when a team doesn't quite know what they're doing or aren't used to it, they can just be pressed out of existence in a game, And I think teams like Spain, who aren't afraid of coming forward, who aren't going to sit back against us, they're going to have a high line. I think they would love to play us at the minute, and I don't think we would have a hope in hell if we're going to continue that passing out from the back, too easily pressed down by a good team.
Yeah. You've just got to hope that he's got more sort of ideas in his toolbox and don't rely on the same old sort of tropes that he's tried in the past. But um, I mean, just as a side note, did you read about the controversy about the ex? She was the ex. Is it Helen Hayes, the ex US women's manager. They had her on tactics the other day, and they put
Yes.
her in a kitchen, and everybody's having this massive uproar about it. So,
But thing is, she's quite a feminist. I don't think it's Helen. I forget her first name, but it'll come to me. But she's quite a strong feminist. I'm sure if she felt she was being put in the kitchen for any demeaning reason, she'd have been the first to speak up.
yeah. Well, we're getting close to kickoff, so I'll hand it back over to you, my friend, and good luck.
Right. Well, thank you very much. Now, I'm not gonna. I don't really have a horse in the race, but I'm going to give myself a horse in the race, and I'm going to be a Bosnia fan for tonight. I'm going to be a Bosnia fan. And I'm sorry, Murat Yakin. See him on screen at the minute. He's obviously head coach of Switzerland, but I want your team to go down. So here we are. Just waiting for kickoff. I'm hoping for. I think in a game like this, we need an early goal from Bosnia. I think if Switzerland score early with the gulf of class between them, I think that's probably going to be it. But anyway, Switzerland, it looks like from the camera angle I can see, are kicking from left to right. There we go. And Bosnia have kickoff. They're taking the time about it. Don't know what they're waiting for. And here we go. I like the kickoff. I've seen this before now with a few times. This almost like parachuting the ball in to the edge of the box from the kickoff, playing it back to somebody who kind of like just scoops it really high up into the air, almost like a rugby union game. I've never seen it come off yet, but I do quite like that idea. Anyway, it's a free kick already to Bosnia on the left-hand wing about. Oh, he left a bit on that. I wonder if there's a booking coming. He did leave a bit on that. Yeah. So about 45 yards out from goal on the left. No danger of anything direct here. But it would be a good chance just to test that Swiss defence in the air. What have they got? Are they going to be full of holes like Swiss cheese? I just came up with that off the top of my head. What do you think of that? It's drifted into the box and headed out for a corner, and it needn't have been. It absolutely needn't have been headed out for a corner. It was drifting back for out for a goal kick.
Just to come in just for a second, I did remove that guy that was posted. He was basically spamming probably his channel that was showing probably illegal coverage, live coverage of this game.
It could be a bot that finds these channels. Bosnia corner. It's an outswinger. Didn't beat the first man, but it's not been cleared. Bosnia, a good start from Bosnia actually. Oof. Switzerland really struggling to clear, but finally they come. Shirt tugged, and it's a free kick to Switzerland. Bosnia will be encouraged by that start, actually, I think. They certainly are the underdogs. I was doing a little bit of looking at the betting circles before, and some of the betting shops now are like giving, I don't do a lot of betting, but they're giving like percentages chances. And they're giving Switzerland a 90% chance of topping this group, and Bosnia only a 20% chance of getting out of it. So tells you everything you need to know. How do you think England would get on ledge against any of these two? Would you be worried?
Yeah. I mean, you can't not be worried. I mean, every team on the day can. I mean, look at San Marino. Remember that San Marino game? Who can forget that one?
I know. When we needed to win, was it 7-0? and we conceded in the fastest ever international goal. God, imagine being the worst ever international team and scoring the fastest ever international goal against, a legit European team. Anyway, not much is happening in terms of goal scoring chances in this game. Not really. Early doors yet. I need a bigger TV. I'm struggling to see the numbers on the backs of these guys. Need a bigger monitor. If anybody does pop in chat, feel free to say hello and let us know your thoughts. I guess it's that time, though, for predictions. And I'm going to give mine first, Ledge. That'll come to you. Even though I want Bosnia to win, I'm going to predict a comfortable 3-0 win for Switzerland.
Oh, okay. I think it's going to be a bit tighter than that. I think Switzerland might edge it, but probably a 2-1.
2-1. Okie dokie. Well, offside, and it's a free kick on the edge of their own area for Bosnia. Who are looking organised. They don't seem to be sitting in a deep block. They look as if they're here to play, which is nice to see. Out for a throw-in. Deep, well, yeah, into the Swiss half. Now, I'm not too familiar. I'm going to get a little bit Googling done here. I'm not too familiar with how often Bosnia actually qualify for the World Cup. Let's have a look. Or research assistant can have a look at that. Excuse me. A lot of possession at the minute. Switzerland in around the Bosnia box, but seemed to be lacking ideas. Eventually, we got a ball in, but it was a fairly poor one. But then the clearance was equally poor, and I think that's gone out for a corner. Yeah, not full of quality at the minute, this game. So this looks like it's shaping up to be an in-swinger. And it comes, and that's a poor delivery again. But another poor clearance. Has it gone for another corner? I think it has. Yeah, not a great start from either of these teams, I'm going to be honest. And another poor ball into the box. Switzerland are having lots of possession. It just seems these final balls into the box, whether it be a corner, whether it be from open play, they're struggling to beat the first man, it would look like, every single time. And now they want a free kick deep in their own half. So, Ledge, after seeing England last night, 4-2, do you think one more point will see us out the group? And how important do you think it is to top the group?
I think it's important to try and. I mean, you've got to try and win all your games, don't you? You can't just be going for the bare minimum. You've got to always push yourself as far as you can go. It's a statement thing. At the end of the day, every England fan is as proud as the next one, as I'm sure you are. And I'm sure you'll be rooting for England to win by many goals on each match.
Absolutely. My issue is, and I think I said this in a standalone video we did on this channel, that it didn't seem to me that England knew. So I just break off because it's been a corner for Switzerland. Another chance for another ball in the box, but no, it doesn't beat the first defender again. This is awful from Switzerland so far. Awful. Bosnia have the chance to break, but not got enough men forward. So, yeah, I made a standalone video for us where I said England in those friendlies before the tournament started didn't look as if they knew what the game plan was. It didn't look as if they knew what the final formation was going to be, etc. So it seems to me that they're trying to hone, that they're having to use this group stage to hone that. So I don't think they'll be able to kind of like take a day off, if you like. I think Tuchel is still trying to figure out, if I'm honest, exactly what his first 11 is and exactly how he wants to play, in my opinion, although I was impressed last night.
Yeah, I mean, when they got going, their through play was fluid. They spread Croatia out at the back. My only concern, I know he scored and everything, but I think Jude Bellingham, he likes to be the predatory type of goal scorer, but sometimes I think he holds on to it a bit too long when there's players in better positions to try and score himself, and I think it's just a little bit too greedy.
Yeah. He's certainly he's got a lot of belief in his own ability, shall we say? Sometimes to the detriment of those around him. First shot that I can remember in this match, anyway, it's not been set in the world alight into the outside netting from Switzerland. Bosnia, I said before, Bosnia look like they come to play, but the more I'm watching them now, the more they seem as if they're starting to sit back. And I don't know why, because it's not as if Switzerland are cutting them open or carving them open. That's a good long clearance, and it's up to the Swiss keeper now. Emma Hayes.
Yeah, Emma Hayes.
Emma Hayes, yeah.
I might have said Helen, but because pure, I couldn't remember her name correctly.
I couldn't. It completely go. Oh, that's a great ball. That's a threatening a one-on-one there were Switzerland, but it was offside anyway. The linesman is called Jesus. I've just said on the back of his shirt. So he will probably get no decisions wrong tonight, I'm sure.
Just to be sort of a bit of a Nazi about it, I'm sure it's pronounced Jesus.
And yeah, 11 minutes in, not a great deal happening. I'm gonna be honest. Right, let's have a look at the third place table, because it seems to be quite difficult not to qualify out the groups. But if we have a look at the minute, I messed that up.
Well, first and second will obviously get you through, and in some cases, third will also.
Yeah, the BBC website has. You've got to be one of the top 8 finishers, haven't you, in third place? And the BBC website has a running league table just for those teams who are in third place. And I just thought it was quite interesting. Netherlands top that. Belgium are in there. Spain are in there. But they're all only on 1 point. It's very close at the minute. Big pressure games for those teams coming up next. And we're covering the Netherlands game, aren't we, on Saturday? Yeah. They've had some great sides over the years, haven't they? Well, maybe not in recent years, but
you've only got to go back to the Van Basten era, and that just that kind of defined Netherlands on the world stage, really.
Yeah, they've had some good ones. Anyway, this game Switzerland seem to be asserting the dominance in terms of possession. Still not really threatening too much at this point. But should they get beat here today, they will take one of the top 8 third places. I think they'll remove Ecuador from there, which isn't a nice place you want to be after 2 fixtures.
I can't believe already there's been about 24 fixtures in the World Cup.
I know.
It's amazing.
The timing of it, with so many of them taking place when everyone's asleep, it just goes past, doesn't it? Like when it's in more UK time zone friendly countries, I have it on all day. I'm watching every game, but still, Bosnia spell on the ball. Right, Bosnia on the right. This will be picking pocket. It seems to be a 2 against 3 for Bosnia, and that is possibly the worst cross I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't know what he was going for, but they haven't had a lot of possession at all of Bosnia, and they need to be making more of it than that. Nice bit of skill though on the right hand side to beat the defender. But that was awful. I'm sounding a bit down on the quality here, aren't I? But I'm just saying it as I see it. And there are some quality players out there on that pitch. There's some good teams represented. Right. Have a look at the table. Do you think a draw benefits any of these teams? Because neither of them seemed like they've come out like England did in the second half last night. In England had just been pegged back. It was 2 apiece, and they could have come out and played the second half like they played the first, and tried to edge it 3-2. But they came out, like a train, and really went for it. I'm not seeing that here.
Group B is one of them. I think I'm not sure. They're all locked on 1 point, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
So any points are going to be good, considering they've still got games to go. So when it's as evenly balanced as this, 1 point is going to be better than none.
Yeah, see, Switzerland, they drew with Qatar, didn't they? In the first game, they played the lowest ranked team in their first game. Bosnia, Bosnia are the lowest ranked team, but they'll have played the 2 lowest ranked. The Canada fixture will be the toughest one they've got yet, and they've got that last. So you don't want to be playing your toughest group game, having drawn against the likes of Bosnia and Qatar, do you?
Well, no, I mean they've got some form. They've had some impressive results before this in some international matches. I think I'm not quite sure they nearly managed to draw with Germany. I think they got a couple of draws against Uruguay. So I mean, these are all teams that are very, very technically gifted. So
I just wonder how much if they don't break Bosnia down today and they do put themselves in that precarious position. In that first game against Qatar, it was 1 apiece, and Switzerland were 1-0 up until the 94th minute when they scored an own goal. How much will it hurt if they go out based on that?
Yeah, the football is like that.
It is. It's horrible at times. Absolutely horrible. Ooh. Anyway. Still, I mean, maybe that's that's explaining a lot of the game. Maybe Switzerland are afraid of going behind. They're just backing themselves over the course of the 90 minutes to find a chance while not wanting to give too much away. Maybe the same with Bosnia. But then Bosnia do play Qatar in the last game. I think a draw would suit Bosnia a lot more going into that because they'd fancy themselves against Qatar. And that would be 5 points. In fact, to be honest, even if they lost this, to back themselves, 4 points would be enough to get through. But here are Switzerland now. Oh, that was a tasty little run. But again, the ball isn't beating the first man. Let's get some stats up. And then we'll dive into the world of Twitter and see what people are saying about it. So let's have a look at the stats. And they read exactly, I think, as we're calling it. 75% possession so far for Switzerland, but expected goals 0.04 for both teams and no shots on target. A massive 5 touches inside the opposition box of Switzerland and 2 for Bosnia.
I mean, you'd expect Switzerland to pick the game up. I mean, Bosnia have obviously come into this tournament as probably the underdogs. So they've got nothing to lose and everything to gain, really.
Am I back, Ledge?
You are now.
I am. I don't know what happened then. Was it me or you that went?
You.
Did it pause me on screen and make me look silly?
No, it just gave us a black screen. There was nothing there.
I've got my fast new internet as well. I don't know what the crack is there. Anyway, I'm sure we didn't miss anything. It's not been that type of game. Let's have a look at what people on Twitter are saying. You know what? I can't speak Swiss. Let's have a look at the Bosnian football updates. There are none. I'll find some in a minute. If you are in chat, just say a hey ho. Okay. Doom, look at. I'd say, Ledge, looking at these two sides, we're looking at two teams destined to get knocked out in the first round of the knockout stages. I'm not impressed.
I can share them sentiments right now. so another team might be getting knocked out soon.
Oh dear. Yeah, there's just not a great deal going on, is there?
It's going to be one of them games where it might be quite dull, it might be quite dreary, and then it'll take one team's lapse in concentration to open up the other side, and we might see a scrappy win.
Just in our first shot from distance in this game, which was not, I won't be harsh, it wasn't too far wide of the post, but it was never really threatening goal from Switzerland. And we're at the hydration break, everybody's favourite part of the tournament so far.
Yeah, very controversial. some of these stadiums are meant to be air conditioned. People are wearing, like at the England game last night, were wearing lion costumes, and and yet apparently they need hydration because it's too warm. So I'm sure it's got nothing at all to do with commercial breaks in the US.
Absolutely. Yeah, the way they're timed down to a perfect 3 minutes, and all the adverts are all scheduled around it. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. Jurgen Klopp's come out and spoke out against them as well, hasn't he?
A lot of people have. I mean, it's all over social media. You can see fans that are basically saying the same thing. It was quite cool in there. One woman said she actually felt quite cold. So I mean, make of that what you will.
Yeah. I think as the game goes on, I do think it will dawn on Switzerland that they'll be on the same points as Bosnia, and yet Bosnia play Qatar in the next game, and whoever wins that will. Well, if Bosnia win it, they'll be on more points. Let me just figure this out. Basically, it will dawn on them that they need to get a winner, is what I'm thinking. Because whoever wins in that game between Bosnia and Qatar are going to take one of those qualification spots. Some happy looking fans. I don't know if you're watching it bang on in time with me, Ledge, or if you're a little bit ahead or behind.
In fairness, I'm probably a little bit behind on mine at the moment. I'm ticking up 24 minutes and 33.
Okay, I'm about 22 seconds ahead of you. Do you want me to pause mine for 20 seconds?
No, mate, you've got the most up to date one. It don't really matter for me to see it.
So let's see what people are saying about Switzerland. Not a lot. Right, we're about to resume. It's a goal kick for Bosnia. What's the referee doing now? What's all that about? Oh, yeah. All right. Bosnia trying to play it out the back. That could go pear-shaped, I think. And they've just about managed to oof it out now, but that's gone absolutely nowhere. And the ball's back in Swiss possession. I don't know. I'm not a fan of this constantly trying to play it out the back like that. And I know some of the greatest teams in the world have been able to do it, but they have, and make it look effective. And they have been able to because they've had some of the greatest players in the world. I think it's a little bit overused myself. I don't know what your opinion is.
Yeah. I mean, I can get on board with that one.
Oof. Now, as this game goes on, I think it will get more and more tense. Like I say, a win in this game for either team, I think, undoubtedly secures qualification out the group. And just having said that, I thought it was going to break for Switzerland then, but it just didn't quite. It might break for Bosnia. Have it on the left wing. A rare sortie into the Swiss half. And then it's back to the halfway line pretty much. If anybody does pop up in chat, say hi. Free kick to Switzerland. Halfway through their own half. I mean, I don't know watching this how I'd feel as a Switzerland fan. You know, you've conceded an own goal last kick of the game to draw with Qatar. You're frustrated. You want to come out and just do the business against Bosnia. And here we are half an hour in, and it looks not just laboured, but it looks pedestrian. I think that's the word. The whole game to me here looks pedestrian. I don't think I've seen one person get the ball and look threatening with it at the feet, running at anybody. You know, I've seen crosses that are from both teams that are wildly either overhit or can't clear the first man. It's yeah, strange state of affairs. Not a great deal going on in chat, but if you are there, say hello. It's a free kick to Bosnia halfway inside their own half. Let's see how the stats are changing. Stat-wise, it is swinging slowly in back in the direction of Bosnia at the minute. They were on 25% possession. Now they're on 27.8. Not a huge improvement, but it is an improvement. Ledge, do you think these teams know where that ball's got to go?
I'm not sure. I understand why you're asking me that.
To me, it's just so odd. Like, why? And I'm not trying to be harsh on Switzerland. I've got nothing against them, you know, but I would have thought they'd have come out with purpose, with pace, with aggression, and you know, looking like they were there to do business. But the whole thing is so pedestrian. Here come Bosnia anyway, slowly on the left side of the pitch. That's a nice, cute little through ball though into the box. This could be the first cross from Bosnia for a while, and you can guess what happens. It was actually a really threatening ball into the box. Brilliant opportunity for the Bosnia player on the edge of the 6-yard box just to hammer it home when it fell at his feet, and it fell through his legs and bounced off. It was schoolboy stuff. Schoolboy stuff. I want to draw one of these teams if England go through.
Yeah, but you know the irony is we'll probably draw one of these teams and they'll end up turning up big time and spanking us.
Yeah, the people on Twitter aren't impressed either. Alex Piers says, "Is Mbolo drunk? I've never seen such a useless centre forward." That's not my words. You can thank Alex Piers for that. Yeah, he's getting a few choice words, is Mbolo. And Marcin has pretty much nailed on, I think, what I'm feeling at the minute. He said Switzerland, the most boring team this World Cup. Boring at a scary level. No clue what they're doing. I wouldn't say no clue what they're doing. I just think they're not very clinical and effective at doing it. 31% possession now for Bosnia. They are growing back into the game. But having said that, is the the ball with Switzerland, just on the right-hand side of the Bosnia box. Again, struggling to make any kind of clinical final ball. Something has to change for them, because I can see them losing to Canada and the group favourites going home early. Speaking of favourites, Ledge, have you got a prediction for the winners of the Cup?
I have, but I'm going to save that for another recording that we're going to be doing soon, which is our group stage prediction, and obviously the round of 32, etc., etc.
Right, I will keep my prediction then, but I can tell you who it's not. It's not Switzerland or Bosnia.
You do surprise me.
That's another ball into the box that's straight to the feet of a defender from Switzerland. Must be so frustrating for the fans who are there, just wanting to see the team, just put the foot down. It seems there's no quality in that second half of the pitch at all. Defensively, I'm sure there's quality, but Bosnia have been just as bad up front. But this is the type of game where often you get crazy results and crazy things happen, where I can see Bosnia somehow winning this and going through because of just how bad Switzerland are, not how good Bosnia are. Anyway, let's see again what the people of Twitter are saying about Switzerland. As Switzerland win a corner. No, there's not a lot being said. Vunga, don't know who he is. He says this match still hasn't delivered, and I agree with him on that. First dangerous ball into the box from the Swiss, which punched out from the keeper. But ultimately, they couldn't pick anything up from the drop ball, and I think it's gone for a goal kick. In fact, the Bosnian keeper though just punched his own defender in the back of the head, which I quite. It's an interesting tactic. So key stats, 10 minutes to go to half time. Switzerland, 72% possession. It's pretty much been like that since the start. But expected goals, 0.06 for Switzerland, 0.04 for Bosnia. And 4 shots to 1 for Switzerland to Bosnia, with only one of those being on target for the Swiss. So they're the key stats, but nothing has looked even remotely close to threatening a goal. Ledge, what do you think needs to be said at half time? Well, personally, I think for Bosnia, the message is keep doing what you're doing, because I think a draw suits Bosnia. I think Bosnia have every chance of getting at least a draw against Qatar in the next game. And I think that'll be enough to see them out of the group. But for Switzerland, who've got obviously that tougher game next, what do you think the message should be at halftime for them? I think he's left the room for a minute.
Sorry.
I was just saying, what do you think the halftime message for the Swiss should be?
Well, they're barely treading water at the moment, the Swiss. They've had a couple of chances, but they've not been like nailed on. They've been, well, they've not been very good ones, have they? So I think the manager will make a couple of changes. He's got to do something. He's got to do something.
Yeah. For me, I think it's about intensity and pressure here. I think the work rate of the Bosnians is higher than that of the Swiss. Switzerland, they seem to be happy to have the ball and be pedestrian in the way they're knocking it around. Out of the ball, I don't think they're active enough. I don't think they're pressing hard enough. And with the ball, I don't think they're being direct enough. They're happy, like we say, just to knock it around and have that possession as the ball goes out for a goal kick. I think they need a rocket, and hopefully they'll come out looking a lot more fast paced, a lot more intense, pressing higher up the pitch.
Maybe the Swiss's tactic is to bore the other team to death in the hope that some of them go to sleep.
That's it. It's not the greatest of all games. However, there is no upside to that. Here come Bosnia on the left-hand side, but again, final ball into the box lacking quality. But Switzerland caught out, faffing around. It's back in the box for Bosnia. Are they going to get a strike off? It's blocked. It's blocked. That was a moment of danger, but of Switzerland's own making there. And that's an important block as well, because I think that was going to nestle in the bottom corner. Here come Bosnia. Have they been buoyed a little bit by that? Got the ball on the left-hand wing. That's a nice little ball in, but it's just over everyone's head and it's gone out for a goal kick. And that's Bosnia's attack for this 10 minutes. Right, let's have a look on Twitter. Zoe Adebayo. He says, Switzerland are so disappointing. The squad is solid, but they just can't perform good. And I agree with that. I agree. Almost Shakespearean-like, but I agree with that. Jake Pritchard, and I swear I'm not making any of these up. He says, I can't lie, this game has been dull. Both Switzerland and Bosnia have been poor. That's the news coming in from the ground. Let's see what the pundits are saying about it as well. Let's have a look at live reporting. Okay, Clinton Morrison, former Republic of Ireland striker, says, I've watched Michael Aebischer in 2 games, and I don't know what he brings to this Switzerland. There are better options for them on the bench. I agree with that. I don't think anybody's been standout. Although Clinton Morrison does say what I said, that the tempo is slow and it's easy for Bosnia, and I agree. They need a rocket up the backside. If Switzerland, obviously knowing they've got the toughest game in the group next, right, as their final game, if they are coming out here and playing so pedestrian and slow after scoring an own goal in their first fixture to only draw with Qatar, they need a rocket up there behind, in my opinion. To me, I'm going to get on my soapbox, but it's almost disrespectful to the Swiss fans. The lack of, I mean, I can't say pride because I don't know what's going through the head, but it looks like they're playing with a lack of pride. It looks like they're playing with a lack of interest.
You can tell the crowd aren't being as raucous as they were. There's no tension as such. I think the crowd have gone to sleep as well.
Yeah. They have, and I think we've got a Bosnia corner here. That's actually a first bit of quality little play up front from Bosnia to create a shot in the box, which had been blocked and gone out for a corner. Now, how good are Bosnia at these deliveries? I think we've seen one in the first half, which was pretty poor, but let's have a look. Not a great corner. Oh. So they play it along the floor to Bosnia, into the box, pretty much towards the first Swiss defender on the floor. The easiest interception, and he's fouled by a Bosnia player trying to get on the end of it, and it's a free kick to Switzerland. I can see Bosnia's confidence growing here. You know, they'll have gone into this game thinking we're playing the group favourites today. You know, if we can get a draw, great. We've got Qatar in our final game. It's going to be tough. Let's just be nice and neat and organised. But I think after seeing that Switzerland aren't actually carrying any threat, I think they're going to be a little bit braver as the game goes on.
Well, someone has got to do something, and it looks like if it's going to happen, it's going to be the second half.
It does, doesn't it? Certainly does. That is this. I won't lie. This has been one of the poorest halves of football I've seen for a long time. We chose a good one to cover. We're going to be covering the Netherlands on Saturday. Hopefully, we can top that for everybody.
Okay. Well, I'll be cautiously pessimistic and say I doubt it. I think sometimes the current Netherlands team can sometimes flatter to deceive. But we'll see. I mean, without Virgil van Dijk scoring headers from corners and stuff, so far we've not seen that much quality from Netherlands. But we'll see what happens if they turn up on the weekend.
I enjoyed the game against Japan. I don't know if you saw it. I thought it was a really, really good game. Just in terms of entertainment. Man, to be fair, I think the most entertaining game so far, and I hope there's no bias here, I think the most entertaining has been the England game. A lot of people might say, what about Germany with the 7-1 win? But I think when you get it's nice to see lots of goals in a game, but when it's so one-sided, it loses its value as a competition. But up until 5 minutes left last night, there was still only one goal in it with England and Croatia. It was an entertaining game. Every attack had some real kind of significance to it, and there were lots of chances for both teams. I suppose, more so England, but both teams played the part. Anyway,
yeah,
go on.
There were an element of danger, didn't there? Because Croatia didn't look like they were going to lie down at one point, and England looked when it got to 2-2 like, oh, where they're going to go from here. But second half were a completely different game for England.
It was absolutely, and they did come out with real intensity and intention, didn't they? Harry Bales says, I don't know whether I should read this out or not. He says, Switzerland are the Arsenal of entertaining football. Christ, it's painful. So I haven't picked that one. That's top of the list for any Arsenal fans out there.
You
Vic
must be a Tottenham
says,
fan.
yeah, it must be. Vic says, how did Switzerland qualify again? They are terrible. Bella says, Switzerland are not moving me whatsoever. Yeah. And Sylvester Marsh says, reports claim the Iranian delegation has suspended its trip to Switzerland. I don't think he's talking about the football. I might ignore him. Chris Cole, the BBC Radio 5 Live commentator, says, when the referee is getting bored, you know you're in trouble. Because I think we just saw a clip of the referee looking distant and yawning. Well, that's it. It's half time. There's not a lot to talk about.
No, not really. I think we'll go for a quick break. I think we need some coffee to wake us up.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you back at the start of the next half.
Catch you later. Well, what a thrilling first half that was. Now, just to put into context how poor that was, this World Cup, before this game, Ghana and Panama had produced the worst first half in terms of attempts on goal, and that was 3 attempts on goal. And we're talking wildly off target, any kind of attempt on goal. That was 3, and we've had less. We've had less than that in this game. I reckon we're about 10 seconds away from kickoff here. The referee's still lining everybody. He's still pointing at somebody. I don't know what the hell is going on here, but we're not there yet. He's what is he doing? Okay, another final check of his watch. We've got to be there at some point. And whistle goes. We're off. So it's Switzerland kicking right to left. Again, opinions coming in on Twitter. This is a Blue Citizen, a Man City fan. He says, some World Cup games are not worth broadcasting. No chances created, no shots, just boring. Some varsity games are far more entertaining than the Switzerland Bosnia game. I don't disagree. It's been poor so far. But have Switzerland had a rocket put in the behind at half time? Are they going to come out and actually show the intensity that we all expected they would right from the off? Let's have a look. I just don't see where the goals are coming from. I think Embolo has been poor. Reader and Doyer, I don't think I can recall them ever being anywhere near the ball in a threatening position. But here comes Switzerland now, halfway into the Bosnian half. But again, playing sideways passes, not forward passes. Still looking a little bit pedestrian. And yeah, again, that first cross doesn't beat. So that cross doesn't beat the first defender. And away come Bosnia, who are immediately dispossessed. And that's left them a little bit open at the back. But again, a lack of quality. And that's gone nowhere for Switzerland. And Bosnia bring it away again. Up to the halfway line. Bosnia do seem, when they get the ball, to be, in this second half at least, turning, facing the opposition goal, which is a start. Switzerland could learn from that, and running with it, just trying to cover some distance.
From what I've seen so far, obviously I am behind you with the timings, but from what I've seen so far, it's scrappy midfield, but that again shows players like Granit Xhaka, who will obviously is very physical. There'll be a lot of stops and starts, I think, before anything happens, if it indeed happens.
Yeah. And speaking of stops and starts, I mean, a draw would be great for Bosnia. Like we said, they play Qatar in the next game. I wonder if we're going to see. I know they're clamping down on time wasting and gamesmanship in the US. So we're going to see that tested. We're going to see the Bosnian players hitting the deck, perhaps innocuously. No, it's Switzerland of a goal kick, and it's back to the goalkeeper almost immediately, who's still got the ball. There's no rush here. He's still got the ball. He's still got it. Finally, he launches it long. And Switzerland pick it up in midfield. I think Dzeko is going to be key for Bosnia here.
He's got some quality, especially from set pieces.
Yeah. That final delivery, or like say a good set piece, or even just his hold up play in the middle of the park, because Bosnia aren't going to see a lot of the ball. They're not going to see a lot of it. So when they do, can he just be the man who dictates the play for them? But anyway, here's Embolo and dispossessed, and it's gone out for a goal kick. 40 minutes left. Right, let's see what the people at Twitter are saying about the opening. No. Well, Alien Cards HQ says that it only takes 1 minute and 1 moment, and Embolo is going to explode and score. Well,
I don't fancy watching someone explode, but do with a goal.
Yeah, well, we could do with a goal. Yeah, this has been dire. But I think from a neutral point of view, I really want to see a goal from Bosnia, because that would really force Switzerland to put the foot on the gas. I think Switzerland score, and there's enough of a golfing quality in terms of possession that they'll just keep hold of the ball, and it'll be a struggle for Bosnia. But Bosnia score, and Switzerland are going to need to get a move on.
I mean, ironically, the Swiss trope is that they embody neutralism, and this match so far basically displays that trope perfect.
Yeah, they don't want the other term. They don't want the other team to lose. They don't. They don't want to be harsh on the opposition. Is that where you're going? I like that.
Well, everything's neutral. It's all level, isn't it?
So, oh, brilliant. Bosnia have a reverse sortie into the Swiss half on the left-hand side. They do. I think they've come out with a bit more confidence to me, Bosnia. I know we're only early into this half, but I don't think they'll have gone in at half time in the same state of mind that they started the game. I think they'll have gone in thinking, perhaps Switzerland are here for the taking, and a draw is more than a realistic possibility, if not more. Bosnia again launching it. Seem to be looking for some joy down the left-hand side, although they've given away a free kick there. So goal kick to Switzerland. We've played 52 minutes, 25 seconds of this match. And it's been 52 minutes, 25 seconds of utter tedium. So you're in the right place for some quality entertainment. Switzerland.
Well, we've not heard you butcher that many foreign names. So, I mean, there's that. Maybe you can forget the pronunciation sheets and just have a wild stab to raise the entertainment level a bit.
Oh, wow. We could give it a go. First decent possible chance for Switzerland, headed wide of the far post. Abischer. Yeah, Abischer. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that right.
I think you are as well. Yeah.
Do you know I can speak Swiss?
You can speak Swiss.
Yeah. See what I did there? See what I did?
Okay. Which Swiss are you speaking?
Are
you speaking the German side of Swiss?
Just the native Swiss language. I can speak it. So I wonder if that chance will have enthused Switzerland a little bit. It wasn't a gimme, but I can see like an Alan Shearer having made more of that. But here they come again. But again, it's Bosnia who come away with the ball, and no, not a free kick. It's back with Switzerland, and finally we got somebody. Finally, we had somebody running at a defender, but his shot bounced off a defender. It's gone for a corner. I'm not going to say this is Switzerland waking up, but it might be them hearing the alarm clock. We'll see. They do look like they're pressing higher. But then again, possession was never the issue for them in that first half. Excuse me.
So just out of interest then, as it's been held in America, and we all know America's had their fair share of problems, how many Americans do you reckon will actually be going to watch some of these games?
You know, I bet there'll be an awful lot of Americans that aren't even aware that the tournament's on or what it is. Oh, we've actually had some quality. We've actually just had some real quality. Now, who was that? Let's have a look. It's a nice, cute little ball into the Bosnian box. And it was Sunjic. And I'm, again, probably pronouncing that Sunjic with a fantastic little overhead kick. Brilliant save, tipped over the bar. That is the first moment of quality, I think I've seen in this game. And what's going on here? It should be a corner. Is he giving a goal kick? How can the keeper saved it? How can that not be a corner?
I've just seen that. He's giving another corner, hasn't
he? It's gone for a goal kick. Unless there was some pushing in the box and he's given a foul. He's taken the corner away.
Oh, yeah.
A brilliant save.
Yeah.
Was it pushing and shoving? Is that what I've missed?
Offside.
Oh, it was offside, so it wouldn't have counted anyway, right? There we go. Bosnia run the ball out of... So it was... No, absolutely. Here come Bosnia on the left-hand side. Nice, cute little ball into the box, but to absolutely nobody. Really poor again. You know what? That goalkeeper save. I know it was offside. That was a fantastic reaction save, and it was a really good overhead kick as well. And I said,
in all fairness, they have to play, don't they? That as if they play to the whistle. So
yeah. And I got it wrong before. It wasn't Sunday. It was Jashari. How am I pronouncing that? Yashari is how it's pronounced.
Yeah, this is what people come to watch.
Now here are Bosnia in their own half. Switzerland are definitely pressing a little bit higher, and it's really difficult for Bosnia to even look as if they're going to get that ball in the Swiss box. That doesn't mean that they're under a lot of pressure. Normally, you'd think, well, if a team is struggling so much, you'd think, well, they're not releasing any pressure. They don't look like a team under any pressure. They look toothless up front, but they're seeing enough of the ball. And when they've not got the ball, it's in positions that it just isn't hurting them. They look really comfortable for, to say that they can't get the ball in the box. But we've got a chance for a long throw here. So maybe that can change. And it is in the box, but headed away immediately by the first Swiss defender. And away comes Switzerland. We've got a 2-on-2 here. and a tactical yellow card by Dedic. Yeah, by Dedic. It's not been as bad as the first half. It's still not been good. Here come.
Can you also see the difference in managerial styles as well? That these two managers, from what I'm seeing, they just look a bit more laid back. They're not animated enough. I mean, compare that to managers like Didier Deschamps.
Yeah.
And even Thomas Tuchel in places yesterday were quite animated. I don't think he sat down for the entirety of the match.
He didn't. He didn't at all. He seems to be. But then again, maybe the game is. Oh, what have we seen here? Oh, it's just showing as a replay. Of that overhead kick, and it was offside. Meanwhile, there's a free kick to Switzerland deep inside their own half level with the box, and a booking. And as soon as the guy gets up, it's Dzeko, yellow card. Now, that's not really what they want, is it?
I've just seen the images for the offside, and I've got to be honest, it must be a bootlace.
Yeah.
Must be a bootlace.
Proper Hawkeye job, that, wasn't it? All right, let's see. Here we go. Bosnia again. Just, it seems to be when they get forward, they either shoehorn themselves to the left side of the box, or they get shoehorned there, and then they give the ball away, and then it's rinse and repeat. If they can keep it until they get to that left side of the box. Switzerland now camped outside the Bosnia box. Still pretty pedestrian.
You can't tell by the commentary.
I didn't sleep much last night. I'm going to put it on that. I was up excited for the Bosnia-Switzerland game. When it starts, let me know.
Were you partying on that in sort of awaiting this?
Yeah. Yeah.
This spectacle of football.
That's exactly it. Corner. Oh, now that is a heck of a save. But then the referee's blown his whistle. That's a fairly decent delivered corner. I didn't see who got the head on it, but what a save. Oh, was it Molo, was it? What a save from the Bosnian keeper here, who has collided with the post for his efforts, but he's all right. He's all right.
Did you see at that corner, there was a steward facing the wall looking like he was taking a pee? So you see, I'm not watching the game, can't you?
That goal, that header then wasn't actually headed on goal by the Bosnian forward. Sorry, the Swiss forward. It was a Bosnian defender who headed it onto Mbolo's face, and then it came back to the post. It was like pinball, genuine pinball. So anyway, who's going off here? Yeah, Dzeko's yellow card. Now he's gone off.
I want you to pronounce their is it number 20 something that's going on?
Badrak Taravec. Badrak Taravec.
We apologise to any Bosnians who may watch this stream.
Oh,
you have to understand, he's from the north of England, and we don't do pronunciations up here in the north.
I don't even pronounce English words proper. Right. Oh, I've got a very cutting comment here from Fab on Twitter. He says, Switzerland is a very unserious nation. I mean, attacking the entire nation on the basis of the quality of the football team. He goes on to say, what do they know how to do apart from keeping people's money and getting a percentage? Leave football and face finance. I've no idea why he hates Switzerland so long, but he's let it all out there, hasn't he?
Well, he's not very neutral, is he?
I don't even know what that means. Keeping people's money and getting a percentage. What the hell is he on about?
I couldn't even dare guess what is pertaining to.
Well, Bosnia have a real spell of possession, but no Dzeko. Is that because of the yellow? I'm thinking, like I said before, for Bosnia, their qualification was always going to come down, I think, unless they got a surprise win today to that game against Qatar that they will fancy themselves in. And I wonder whether they're taking Dzeko off because of that yellow card, just to make sure they've got him for that.
Yeah, it comes to this time in the game where they have to be more strategic in, some of the star players. I mean, it's not like they've shone while he's been on the field anyway, so.
He's not shown well, they haven't while he's been on the field, but I think he has been a man whose his hold-up play has been a bit of a release. I think he's a big reason why Bosnia, although they've had not a great deal of threat themselves, haven't faced a constant barrage. I think he has provided a little bit of a release just in terms of possession, if not territory. But Bosnia do have. Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say I'm interested in a potential clash between Granit Xhaka and Said Kolasinac, who were both ex-Arsenal players who used to be teammates, playing against each other.
That will be that. Yeah, okay. It's always nice to see a bit of that. They know each other's game well. Did they get on, do you think?
They were actually the best friends, but they are both very physical players.
Right, so there will be a clash. Bosnia, again, shoehorned into the left side of the pitch, left side of that box, not going anywhere with it, but they haven't lost it this time. They must have had it there for about 20 seconds. And it's switched over to the right-hand wing, but moving down towards the halfway line and booted out a play passed out a play deliberately because Bosnia have a player down, and it looks to me, who is that from a distance? It looks, is it Kolasinac? Kolasinac. Kolasinac. Okay. When will play restart? Well, it's restarted. 67 minutes, 12 seconds in to this utter shite. It's been terrible. I'm sorry. It's been one of the worst games of football I've ever seen.
Well, don't hold back. Tell us what you really feel.
I think before the tournament started, I mean, even the bookies had Switzerland hands down favourite to win the group. They're by far the highest ranked team in the group. But I don't know, something is missing for them based on this performance. They managed to score. So go on.
I was just going to say, I'm now looking forward to your predictions when we do the predictions show.
Well, I won't be betting for Switzerland. Nice shot from distance, palmed away. He's gone out for a Bosnia throw. Left-hand side in the Swiss half. And we're at the hydration break. Let's say everybody's favourite moment.
I think now could be a good time to plug your OnlyFans channel.
I think possibly could be.
Well, why not jump on the bandwagon?
Do you think there's a market for, middle-aged OnlyFans dads from Blackburn? Do you think that's a...
That's uncanny. Like I believe, from what I've been told, that is an actual category on OnlyFans.
Oh, dear. Well, Brazil versus Haiti coming up on Saturday at 1:15. That is a game that we will not be showing here, which means it will probably be a good one. We're showing the Netherlands one. Is it 6 o'clock kickoff?
I couldn't confirm that at this moment in time. Do you know something? I can't even remember who they're playing.
Me neither, actually. Let's have a look.
We're so prepared.
Groups and schedule. Well, it won't be Japan because they've played those. Is it Sweden? See, that's a tough group.
That is a tough group. Sweden, that's going to be a juicy game. That I'm really looking forward to that one.
Yeah. But currently in that group, we've got Tunisia in 4th place on 1 point. On no points. They took a bit of a battering, didn't they, off Sweden, who, they are a good side. Japan and the Netherlands. Now, in 2nd and 3rd. Now, if Sweden win that game, then although I would every day of the week bet on Netherlands to beat Tunisia, it puts an awful lot of pressure on them. And did you hear about the Tunisians sacking the manager?
Not just Tunisia. There's been another sacking.
An actual sacking, or somebody saying they're leaving? Who's the other one?
You put me on the spot now. I'll look it up. I saw it. I read it this morning, but I believe he's the second guy to go. But I'll look it up.
Yeah, Limucci was sacked less than 24 hours after the opening game of the tournament. He'd played 5 games with as head coach of Tunisia, and he'd only won 1, which was a 1-0 win against Haiti in his first game. And then it kind of gone downhill from there. To be fair, most of the teams that he did play were higher ranked than Tunisia, as a lot would be. But I think it was more the performance and the gulf between Tunisia and Sweden, which caused alarm bells. And apparently there was some fisticuffs in the changing room afterwards. I think he's lost the dressing room.
I may have misread it. Actually, it's not the first time Tunisia have sacked a manager during the World Cup. It also happened in 1998 as well.
Oh, right. Okay. Little bit of an update on possession. Bosnia are coming back into it. Bosnia have had nearly 39% possession now, up from the 25 that it was in the first half. Yeah, they are getting a little bit braver. When it comes to expected goals, we've managed to get into slightly higher figures. Instead of 0.04, it's 0.19 now for Bosnia and 0.33 for Switzerland. Oh, and here come Bosnia now, actually. No. Snuffed out pretty well in a free kick given away to Switzerland. Level with their own penalty spot on the left-hand side. So we've got 17 minutes. Well, it's coming up to 73 minutes exactly now. And it's still boring. But I think the game is opening up a touch. I think Bosnia, like we said in the first half, it has to happen, surely. I think Bosnia do seem to be getting into it more. And I'm wondering whether that's a way Sweden have decided to change the way they're playing and they're pushing forward a little bit more, leaving more space behind them, or whether Bosnia have just thought, you know what, we can take this lot. We can secure promotion now, or qualification from the group. Sorry, not promotion.
Did you say Sweden, or did you mean Switzerland?
I would absolutely have meant. Oh, goal, Switzerland.
Go Switzerland.
Goal Switzerland, and that is an absolute belter. That is Manzambi. Yeah, that's actually a quality strike. It didn't really seem to come from anywhere. There was a ball in the box this time. It fell to him. He was kind of on the turn. I'm not going to call it anything like an overhead kick, but he had to get some height on his foot, and he's rammed that into the top of the net. That's a quality finish. Let's just have a look again. Here they come, Switzerland on the left-hand side. Plenty of space for a cross, but there's only... Oh, hang on. Yeah, it's headed clear, and he kind of claws it. It's kind of... He's not really facing goal when he initiates the strike. He's got to claw it from behind him. I wouldn't call it any kind of overhead kick, but that's a really, really well taken finish. If Harry Kane or Jude Bellingham had done that, we'd be saying it's world class. So in every turd is a pearl.
Yeah,
and I think
that my friend is what's known as a half volley. It
was a half volley, but it was the technique to pull it from behind him. I'm impressed with that. I'm impressed with that. What's Twitter saying? Lots of people saying goal Switzerland, which does sum it up, mate. It does sum it up. Now, how will Bosnia respond to that? And how will Switzerland respond, given that they've been quite pedestrian for a lot of the games? Do you think they'll shut up shop now and think, well, that's our 4 points. We're bound to qualify with 4 under this setup anyway. Do you think they'll just shut up shop, or do you think
yeah, well, it depends. Again, that depends on how Bosnia play from here on in. Do they try and they can't do anything else now, Bosnia, but go forward in numbers and try and force the game back in their favour, which could play into a counter-attacking team's hands. But Switzerland have got 15 minutes plus stoppage time. Well, slightly more, or slightly less, should I say. What would you do if you were Switzerland's manager?
If I was Switzerland's manager, I'll be honest, I'd probably go back to playing like I was in the first half at this point. But I don't want to see that as a fan at all.
You think you go to a back 3?
I go to a back 8.
You mean play Portuguese style and park a bus?
Yeah. I think that's what I'd do. But Bosnia obviously are pushing. How hard are Bosnia going to push? How much room are they going to leave at the back? And Bolo nearly got through off a long ball there. Bosnia do seem to be pushing up high. And the thing is, I think this is almost a free hit for Bosnia, because they were unlikely to win this game. A draw would have been a great result, but they were unlikely to win. And it was almost always going to come down to, can we beat Qatar? And if they beat Qatar, and I think they can, then with 4 points, with this setup, I think they're going to qualify, even if it's in third place. So this is almost a free hit. Go for it. Go and see what you can do. See what you can get. And if it doesn't work out, beat Qatar in the next game.
But again, it's still 90 minutes of football they've got to play, and Qatar, like any team, might throw a bit of what would be considered a fluke.
Yeah, you get you get that. And we've already seen our first share of games like that in this competition. Ball given away sloppy there. Getting a bit scrappy in midfield, to be honest. Plonked over to the right. Here comes Switzerland again. Here's our goal scorer. I'll not try and butcher his name again. Or maybe I will. And Bosnia try and break. But the slow Switzerland, to be fair to them, were very quickly back into their own half then. And Bosnia was so slow going forward.
Xhaka's got quite a good shot on him as well. He can shoot from outside the box, and he's been quite successful with that.
Bosnia up to 40% possession now. I wonder how that will change by the time the game ends. What's been given here? A red card. Not a penalty, but he's taken one for the team there. It looks like Peter Andre. I'm going to be honest. When you see this, Peter Andre has received a red card for Bosnia. He knew what he was doing there, I think. I think he's thought, I'm going to hack him down before he gets in the box for obvious reasons.
Was that a straight red, though?
It's a straight red, yeah.
Wow.
I think he deserves that. It's oh my goodness, Muharrimovic.
I think in that situation there, I mean, in fairness, there's a bit of contact there, but I'm just trying to look. Yeah, he's missed the ball. Yeah, he's got his ankle. I think that's why he's got a straight red.
Yeah. And what we're talking, less than a foot outside the box. It's that kind of distance that looks dangerous, but you know, how often do we see people fail to bring the ball back down again once it's over the wall? Oh, I'm going to call this now, though. I think that wall is a little bit too far over to the side. I think he's going to go around the wall.
Depends who's taking it. If it's Xhaka, he'll go for power.
The Swiss have built their own wall, and there'll be a few holes in that cheese when they take the... Yeah, it's gone, and oof, it was around the wall, yeah, but keeper was equal to it. Ball comes back in the box, and it's that man again, our goal scorer, but it's danger seems to have faded. Out for a corner. 10 minutes left. I think there'll be a lot of relieved Swiss.
A lot of not so much neutral anymore, Swiss.
Yeah. I mean, they're not impressed, really. But this will see them through, I'm sure. Unless obviously 10-man Bosnia gets something. But a win, a loss, and a draw, you know, if Bosnia do go on and beat Qatar, is, you know, 4 points. Will that give you one of the top 8 third-place spots? I think it will do.
Yeah, it could do. I mean, plenty of groups and only 8 spots, but if the other games start to kick off and some of the other teams start to be winning and getting some more points, maybe it's not going to be enough. It's always one of them gambles for third place qualification.
Switzerland playing possession football now, which they've been able to do all game, really. In the first half, it was frustrating because they were never doing anything with it. But to be honest, with 7 minutes left, they don't need to do anything with it.
No.
You know, they've been very effective at keeping hold of the ball. There they are, deep inside their own half, just playing it side to side. Why are Bosnia not pushing and pressing right now? But then again, you know, the coach told us everything we need about Bosnia. As soon as Dzeko got that yellow card, he was off. This was always their free hit. Their eyes are on that Qatar game. Here comes Switzerland again.
It is possible. But But if you've got that
Goal,
attitude,
goal, Switzerland. Sorry, Ledge. Sorry.
goal to Switzerland.
It is a goal to Switzerland. Impressive. And that is Vargas. It's Ruben Vargas. It was, I think, it was a decent strike, but it was more poor defense. Not poor defending, but he was just left with a lot of space. He was left with a lot of space at the back there, wasn't he? And I think that ends this game as a competition.
To be fair, Bosnia are down to 10 men.
Yeah.
They didn't play that well with 11.
No.
And
now they've got to push. It's not, not we've got 10 men and we're sitting deep. It's 10 men and we've got to go forward. The question is now, I suppose, how much do you want to lose by?
It's one of them no-win situations, really, isn't it? Because they push forward to try and get equalisers. I mean, with the time left, I don't think that's even possible. They leave themselves open. Switzerland come back and get another goal. It's like a game of Connect Four where you've got to put your counter in a place where your opponent's going to win.
Yeah. Yeah. This is over. Over as a contest, but we'll see. Maybe something else. Like maybe the aliens will land and be good at football. And we've kicked off again. Here are Bosnia. Put it straight out of play, and it'll be a Switzerland throw. Halfway in the Bosnian half on the left-hand side. I think just don't do anything. So go on.
So we can see how much of a sadist the referee is by how much time gets added on.
And I also think as Switzerland playing out, don't do anything stupid. You keep the ball. Don't be lunging in for any reckless challenges or put yourself in a position where you're going to get hacked down and possibly injured. Just manage the game sensibly. Bosnia aren't going to score two. I'll be amazed if they even create a single chance. Just be sensible. And
I'm not quite sure if they actually do work out things like goal averages and things like that.
And ball back into the box and well claimed by the Bosnian keeper. 3 minutes left, 3 minutes plus change. I don't think there's... Excuse me. Yeah. I don't think anything's going to change. Here is Switzerland again. Oof, so close to a third. I think that was Embolo, was it? Yeah, it was. Brilliant little ball whipped right behind the Bosnian defence, and he just couldn't get to it on time. Yeah. Reminded me of Gascoigne in 1990 against Germany, sticking his foot out. All he had to do was make contact and it would go in. And just inches away. Right, and that's the last we're going to see of Embolo. He's off, giving everyone a clap into the last 2 minutes. There's a lot of life left in this group, especially if there's a surprise result later on. And Qatar get something against Canada, which I can't.
See, that's what I mean. I mean, you can't see it, but it's like any cup competition. It depends who turns up on the day, what chances are out there. There's that many variables. But you can say you can always look at a team and you can say this team should perform extremely well against this team, based on current form. But football is such a fickle game. When you think you're ahead, sometimes you can just lose focus and you all of a sudden you're behind.
And here are Switzerland again. Got the ball on the right-hand side. We're going to get another cross in the box, or they're going to keep it. They look happy to keep it, just passing it around on the edge of the Bosnian box. And they're not really under too much pressure to do anything with it. They finally found a little through ball, and that's 3-0.
3-0.
That is 3-0, and it's our man again who scored that absolutely fantastic man. Manzambi. This was a less decent finish, a less spectacular finish. Sorry, this one. It was a finisher's goal, that one. Right place, right time. And that'll take us to the 90. They'll be relieved, Ledge, I think, after that performance, because he didn't set the world on fire. I think this has flattered him.
I'll be honest, I really thought that Bosnia might have actually given them more of a challenge.
To be honest, I did. I mean, I did call 3-0 at the beginning. That was my prediction. But I almost feel guilty taking the credit of getting the right score prediction, because I predicted a dominant Swiss display, fairly efficient, decent number of chances. I didn't envisage an absolute bore draw up until
snooze fest.
Yeah, absolute snooze fest up until a red card, and then Switzerland grabbed 3. Late on, I didn't, it's 3-0 scoreline, but
more of a smash and grab, really, wasn't it? I mean, like I said, I was trying to give a bit more credit to Bosnia. I didn't think that they'd win against Switzerland, but I did think they might have pushed them a bit harder.
Yeah. Well, here they come now. I say here they come now. They just pass it right back to the goalkeeper. 6 minutes of injury time. We are already in the second minute of that. And now the Bosnian keeper is in no rush to take the goal kick. It's an odd strategy, that, being 3-0 down and time wasting.
I mean, sometimes they call it damage limitation, but,
yeah,
it doesn't really matter. 1-0 is enough damage in football.
And they might have won a corner, though, actually. Awkward bounce. Made it difficult for the Swiss player to control. That's out for a corner for Bosnia. Now, will they whip it in and try and get something, or will they pass it all the way back to their own keeper? I'm literally 50-50 at this point. And it goes. That was a heck of a corner and a goal. They've got one back. That was a heck of a goal, corner, right underneath the crossbar, headed out. And then only as far as Mamic, and the strike, on the edge of the box. It reminded me of those Paul Scholes type corners, he used to hover around on the edge of the box. When a corner comes in, headed out, and he'd absolutely lace it. I don't know. What do you think of that one?
I've just seen it. That was really well taken, I've got to say.
It was. It was an excellent strike, that.
What do you think? Comeback? Clutch win?
I think no comeback, but in terms of goal difference, they're currently 2 goals worse off than Qatar. They'll see. I mean, they're going to need to beat Qatar anyway, aren't they? Let's face it. So goal difference won't come into it unless Qatar top the world.
As for predictions, now we are both 1 goal away from what we originally said. I said 2-1, you said 3-0.
Right, they met us in the middle.
Yeah.
They heard and they answered. And I don't think Switzerland will mind. I think Switzerland know they are through with that. It'll be interesting to see how they approach the Canada game. Of course, you always want to win the group and you want to give your best, but sometimes, I mean, the truth is, it's better, to come second, isn't it? Sometimes, depending on but you never really know until all the fixtures are done, which is the best half of the draw. You don't know.
But this is it. If Qatar get a win tonight, that means Qatar will be on 4 points. The same as Switzerland. So, I mean, they'll not be a threat to Switzerland unless, in fact, no, they can't, can they? Because there's only be one game left apiece. So,
yeah, they've already played. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the score is in that one. But the Netherlands game on Saturday, that's a tough group. Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, Tunisia probably, I think, are unfortunately going to be the whipping boys. But the other three teams, it's a real battle, that one. But just the fact that Tunisia are the whipping boys, I think the other three teams have got a good shot of getting out of there. Whew. And there's not a lot going on now in the last minute of stoppage time. Switzerland's knocking the ball about. I'm going to say not in a hurry, but that's a lovely pass right through to the front of the park. We're going to see another one. Oh, no, we've got a penalty, though.
penalty?
We've got a penalty. And that is self-inflicted by Bosnia. We'll have to look at that again. But that was self-inflicted. Let's have a look. So it's a great little pass through ball. It must have been about 40-yard pass. Let's have a look. Yeah, they can't deal with it. It was clumsy, wasn't it, by that number 15? Who is that? By Memic. Oh, the guy who's just scored. Yeah, what a couple of minutes for him. Clumsy. Maybe he had the adrenaline from the goal he just scored, but that was clumsy all around from him. Has it gone to VAR?
I can't see why. I mean, it will do, but I can't see why it should. I mean, he left his leg in. He might have had time to at least attempt to pull his leg out, but he didn't. He left it in. So,
well, he's placing the ball on the spot now. It looks like it is over. It's going to be Sunderland's Xhaka. Sunderland's Xhaka to take this.
He goes for power, always.
Let's have a look. That's a tidy penalty right into the bottom corner. And 4-1. You'll be happy with that? I don't know if there will be any time to play after the restart. We're 97 minutes, 12 seconds on the clock. Only 6 minutes of injury time. The thing with that penalty is the keeper actually went the right way, but it was hit with enough pace and it was that accurate. He just couldn't get to it.
You wouldn't have actually guessed at half time that we would have ended up with 5 goals in this second half, though.
No. And I still can't believe I watched a game with 5 goals and I still feel it was a boring game.
Yeah.
That's terrible, isn't it?
Just out of interest, what's Twitter saying about Switzerland and Bosnia now?
Right. Twitter are saying now. Let's have a look. As he says, Switzerland has scored 4. That's great analysis. Alex said Switzerland didn't seem very neutral today. We've done that one. Natalie says Switzerland are winning the World Cup. But that's got nothing to do with the fact that there is that they are her sweep pick. I think we've all got one of those. Yeah. And then there's not really much else being said when I filtered to latest. So there we go. Switzerland 4. Bosnia 1. A little bit boring, but good at the end.
Yeah, it gave us some entertainment towards the end. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Netherlands versus Sweden on Saturday evening. So everyone join us for that. It's going to be a really good game. Should be a better game than this one. If it ends up being another boring game, I don't know what we're going to do with these, Marcus.
Well, that's a really important group. That's really important game in what's a really difficult group. That one. So I think whatever the scoreline is for that, the ramifications could be quite big. I'm not sure if Tunisia play before or after that. I'm going to assume it's after because that's an early kickoff for this World Cup, isn't it? 6:00. But no, I am looking forward to it. I am. So I'm going to shut my windows down now. Get my social media out the way.
And we apologise for the quality of the game. We can't really do anything about that. We can't play it for them. Maybe we should have just had a game of FIFA, something.
Yeah, maybe next time we could keep that on hold. Yeah, just play a bit. But all right, we'll call that a day then, and we'll see you on Saturday.
We certainly will. We'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.